Welcome to the Educational Passport Foundation. With the support of Epf.Africa Youth Association and United Nations online volunteers, we have highlighted real stories regarding migration, education, poverty, and unemployment in the Republic of the Gambia and Zimbabwe. We invite you to watch and discover the current challenges and implications in these countries so that we can learn how to help solve them and support the communities.
Hello, everyone. We are Epf.Africa EPF, and I'm Nabila.
And I'm Alaji. Thank you for joining us today.
Just to tell you a little bit about Epf.Africa EPF, it is the foundation that aims to support underprivileged youth in communities of the Gambia and Zimbabwe through education. Most young people in these countries lack one of the fundamental rights of human beings, and that is to have access to quality education. And this is mainly because of poverty and because of a lack of financial assistance. So for the same reason, Epf.Africa EPF came up with the initiative to help support these youth so that they can achieve their goals and to help them prepare for a better and a more productive future.
Thank you so much, Nabila. And today we have Omar Saine with us today. He is a student from the Republic of the Gambia. Thank you so much for joining us, Omar. We look forward to hearing about your experience.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me online.
All right, that's good. Okay, so let's begin. Can I tell you to ask us a little bit about yourself, where you're from, and your family background?
Yes, as you said, I am Omar Saine, and I was born in 29th of March 1990 in a small village called Omar Saine at the village in the provinces of the Gambia in Jokadu. And I was raised by my mom and dad, who are all farmers. And I am also in a extension family, I can say, because my father had 3 wives, and I happen to be one of the portions that he sent to school. I first started with Islamic schooling when I was young. Then later, when I spent about 2 years there, then I proceeded, or he sent me to vocational school, where I started my schooling in 1999 at a village called Amadu at the provinces. As I said, my mother, my father are all farmers. So I spent 4 years, although I was supposed to spend 6 years at the primary school. But because I went to school lately as a result of financial constraint, when I was in my 1999, then I started my schooling. I first started at grade 1, then I jumped to grade 3, then from there I went up to grade 6. So when I finished my school in grade 6, I was still at the village doing farming, helping my parents to make ends meet, because it is from the proceeds of the farm or farming, that they use and pay for my school fees. So when I completed my grade 6, then still at the village, I proceeded to grade 7, 8, and 9 at the village. So, and I was fortunate to come out with very good aggregate. At that time, it wasn't easy with me because I was going to the farm all the day, do farming. Sometimes I find it difficult, to have time for my books. But I know that I came from a very poor background. So I know that if I do not work very hard, it is only through education that I can help my parents. So I decided to struggle and study very, very hard to come out with good results. So as a result of that ambition, I was fortunate to come out with very good aggregate. And that aggregate took me to one of the best high schools in the Gambia called Nusrat Senior Secondary School. So there also, I did not have anyone to sponsor me, but I was lucky to be financed by one of my father's friends, who is very close to him. He introduced me to him to tell him that this boy is one of my breadwinners, so therefore I want him to be helped. So I know my father knows that he cannot pay for my tuition fee. The tuition fee was very, very expensive. So as a result of that, I was fortunate to be sponsored by that person, who was a friend to my father. Then upon completion of my senior school in 2010, and I also came out with very good credits. I came out with 7 credits and 2 passes. Then I applied to the college, Gambia College. So I was fortunate to be taken, and I started my Gambia College education in 2011. So while I was at the Gambia College, then I applied also at the university at the same time. So while I was going to Gambia College, I was also fortunate to get admission at the University of the Gambia to study BSc in economics and mathematics, major in economics and minor in mathematics. So there also, I did not have anyone to pay for my school fees when I got admission at the university. So I decided to devour for a semester and then look for scholarship. So there, when I informed my parents, I told them, well,
That's
Thank you so
amazing.
much. Yeah,
Thank
for
you.
introducing yourself. It's great to know that despite so many challenges and barriers that you had, you still managed to pursue your education. That's really commendable, truly. Omar, you mentioned that your parents were farmers, and I understand that from the way you explained that they are small scale farmers. So they use the proceeds that they earn to support you in school and also at the same time to provide for your family. So did you think that that put any strain or pressure on your household?
yes, it has put a big pressure on my household. As I'm speaking, still now I am single, I am not married, because of the little thing I earned from the teaching. That's what I used to help my parents. So I was hoping that when I got, better education and cleaner pasture, then that burden or that relief would reduce. In that case, I can able to take care of myself and get married and also to help my parents more. Because as I
Mm-hmm.
said, they are, peasant farmers, you know, they are not commercial farmers. So they are peasant farmers, and also it's an extended families, most of us are not educated. So though I am fortunate to be part of those who went up to these levels. Yeah, but to be honest, it's not easy.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, I can imagine that might have been a bit, could have been a bit difficult. And you mentioned that you were sponsored through a scholarship that for your BSc to study economics and mathematics, you said. So when you had your scholarship, did you face any stress in your studies because you knew that maybe if you had no scholarship, you would have no degree? So did you face some stress?
Well, I feel some stress, but not up to that extent because my tuition fee was taken care of, and that was my
Mm-hmm.
biggest. So once I
Mm-hmm.
know the tuition fee I'm taken care of, then I know the stress will reduce. But yes, still I was facing
Mm-hmm.
some, stress, but not much because of I need to find. I still need to just to help myself, to feed myself, and also transportation also because this college did not cater for transportation. And I was
Mm-hmm.
also feeling challenged when it comes to um, I was not having access to what I can say mobile phone, Android mobile phone,
Mm-hmm.
or that I can use to do my research, neither internet, and by then I was not also having laptop. So what I can do is sometimes I rely on my friends for them to help me to photocopy. Some of them were
Mm-hmm.
working, so they either photocopy for me or the little thing I earn from my teaching as a voluntary teacher by then I use that money and then do photocopy my notes. But I wasn't having any laptop, so it was
Mm-hmm.
definitely small stress for me on that side, but not 100% stress because my tuition fee was my main headache. So the moment the tuition fee was taken care of, then I say all other things are secondary, so I can take care of them.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, amazing. I just love your ingenuity. Like you always wanna make it out of any situation, which is amazing. That's how successful people behave. You know, in order to be successful, you cannot just give up on your dream. You know, no matter what it takes, you just want to take it to the next level. Try knock doors that are closed for you and make sure that, you know, what you want, you know, is being achieved. Thank you for that, man. Thank you. We appreciate you for doing that. Yeah. Yeah. So my question to you is, you know, so Arthur, what do you think? I'm talking because of you being a son of a farmer, you know, and you know how farming is in the Gambia. So I want to ask you this, you know, your opinion that what do you think can be done in the farming sector of the Gambia? Not to politicize it, you know, because, you know, we're not touching politics. We are about self, you know, but from your point of view, as a son of a farmer, you know, because farming is very important. It's as important as any other career, if not the most important sector. So what do you think, you know, can be done in that sector?
Right. Agriculture being the biggest sector in the Gambia and should be the driving force of the economy. But when you look at agriculture, instead of being the driving force, it is still lagging behind. So one of the main challenges we have, or we do face, as I experienced as a farmer who was grown and raised by farmers, is capital. You know, capital is the main problem. So farmers, particularly from my side, we were not fortunate to have very strong capital that we can use to invest, because farming also need money. So you need money to hire people to do the farms. You need money, you know, to do farm mechanization. And in the Gambia here, farm mechanization is a problem. The problem we have here is we do not engage in farm mechanization. So from what we do is subsistence farming from hand to mouth. I can say from hand to mouth. But that's what my farmers are doing. Whatever they grow, and every day they use the proceed. Most of the time they don't even sell anything. So that's what they use and then do our feeding. But the biggest problem we have here is, as I said, is number one is capital. And farmers need to be helped. Farmers need to be helped seriously. They need to subsidize, you know, if they have fertilizers, they need to give them seeds, because the fertilizer is very, very expensive. As I am talking to you, I spoke to my dad not long ago. So he was telling me a bag of fertilizer rather, is costing nothing less than $300. Fully imagine. So bag of fertilizer is very, very expensive. I bought about 3 or 5 bags of fertilizers for only my mom, because I could not buy for my father. So as you can see, if the government subsidizes those fertilizers for the farmers, for them to have easy access, then it will help them to boost their harvest.
Yeah. I mean, and that's amazing. I agree with you. And then we all know farming is one of the most important, because people need to eat. You know, we gotta eat. So and it's frowned upon. You said something that is very true in Gambia. Many people, especially young people, trying to, you know, find other opportunities and then run away from, even if they had the know-how to farm, but because of lack of things that you say, like capital, you know, and all, you know, that the farmers need, people run away from farming. You want to go and sit in an office because, you know, you think that's better. And then if you have, to my understanding, if you have a better, you know, farming system, and then you do it as the way it's supposed to be, you get all the things that you need to be a farmer. Now, someone sitting in the office is like a low person to you, because, you know, your proceeds from that farming is going to be more than any other investor.
Salary.
Exactly. And then, exactly, that's the thought. And then you're going to feed the people. You know, we're going to eradicate. You know, it's going to be easy, because most of the time, the magnitude of poverty that we have is lack of food. People are not eating. If you are eating, at least, you know, you're not going to think of other things. You know, you're going to be good, you know, to be able to pursue other things in life. So it's important. We thank you all for watching, and to continue watching, Stay tuned for part 2. And in the meantime, please follow, like, and share our videos. Also, please do not forget to donate to support our cause and join us on our journey. Thank you.
Thank you so much for having me.
The Educational Passport Foundation. We turn dreams into actions.